Hello, namaste, and welcome. So I'm in a series of practices in support of a rather sore, stiff, angry, cranky, I've been calling it low back. And of course, with all injuries, there's a plethora of reasons for what's going on in the body. Some make sense, some don't make sense. And so what I love about yoga and Ayurveda is this beautiful overlay of opportunities to examine, to look at the symptoms, the signs and messages that your body is saying, in my case, screaming at me, and then working to utilize asana, working to utilize breath, working to utilize intention. And then when we come off the mat, well, also, of course, this pertains to on the mat practice too, but when we move off the mat to practice being aware of how life and the processes, the experiences of life are kind of moving through my body. So long story short, I know I've got a bunch of things going on. I could say that this is a yoga practice related to low back pain. I could say that this is a yoga practice related to tight hip flexors, psoas, glutes, hamstrings. I could share that this is a yoga practice in support of Svadhisthana chakra, the emotional energy field and center in the body. And I could also say that this practice is in support of digestive dysfunctions. So as you can see, there's a full gamut of ways that we can look to support our body through asana, through intention, and just by simply giving ourselves permission to take care of this divine vehicle that is a manifestation of what life brings about. And so for this class, I'm going to guide you to have a couple of props accessible. I'm sitting on the half foam. We've got 2 blocks, and then a strap can be quite lovely to incorporate, specifically when it comes to targeting any resistant hamstrings or just to fine-tune the alignment across the back. So find your way to a comfortable seated position. And then let's bring the hands into what we call Yoni Mudra. So the index and thumb are together. The other 3 fingers are just ever so gently laced. And then the hands are going to land on the lap. Now you can be kneeling if that works for you, or of course you can have leg extended, both legs extended. However you can sit for these first few moments as we start our practice, relatively comfortable. And invite ourselves to this dropping in experience for which our yoga practice teaches us. So as you're ready, let your exhale softly drape those eyelids down over the eyes. And encourage a couple of nice, smooth and even breaths. Gently coerce, if you will, a sense of softening about the abdomen, about the side waist and in and across the low back. And welcome just this rich quality to each breath, this almost silkiness, if you will, this smoothness, this real comfort in simply pausing and breathing. Take this time too to check in with your body. And I'll invite you to turn your attention to the region between your low ribs and your mid-thighs. So it's a broad range to examine, but just a section of your lower torso, your hips, and your upper thighs. Notice any sensation, any dialogue that your body is speaking. Perhaps even qualifying the sensations, tingles, hot, pain, identifying if there's any reverberation or resonance or spreading of sensation in this area. Note if it's on the surface, the skin, the muscle, or perhaps something much deeper within. Is there an emotion or a thought that comes about here as you notice the physical body held gently in this position, as the mind is trained into expanded awareness? And as you linger here for just a few more moments, allow yourself to be attuned to your body in such a way that this practice will unfold with a real tenderness. As much as we work to support alignment and find our way through postures and positions that are both effective and safe to be in, I invite you to dissolve any rigidity, any kind of forceful thinking, to have to experience perfect posturing, positioning in the body. Instead, allow yourself to be actively engaged in a tender unfolding of your practice, which ultimately is an open-armed expression at the heart to welcome whatever it is that shows up on your mat today. And gently bring your hands together now in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. And if you feel comfortable to join me in the sound of Om and the Asatoma mantra, please go ahead and do so. Inhale. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. As you're ready, bring your hands back down to your legs, to your lap. Let a few blinks of those eyelids reignite the vision and the light as you come back to the space before you. Let's go ahead and gently shift, bringing ourselves from our seat up onto those shins, and then ever so gently, delicately back to child's pose. Adjust and modify your child's pose in whatever way is going to feel right for you. A slight width between the thighs and the knees. Hands and arms moving towards the top of the mat, forehead, nose descending ever so gently to the floor. Soften the shoulders out of the ears and just allow yourself to breathe. And here's where, if you're familiar with the Ujjayi Pranayama, I invite you to bring that onto your mat. Place that into your body. And use that as a tool to help the mind remain ever present to the expression of both breath and movement sensation as we commence this asana expression, a moving meditation, if you will. Stay for one more nice full breath here. As you exhale, press the hands to the floor and the hips, sink them towards your heels. And then with a little brightness in the hands, lift slightly up. Walk the hands towards the left, shift your hips towards your right heel, and just settle into this slightly arching child's pose. Feel free to steer the shoulders. If it feels nice to drop one or lift the other, do that. Adjust the hands and really invite a sense of soft stretch down that right side body. Stay for one more nice full breath here. And then let the breath come out. And then inhale, slowly walk your way back through to center. And then let's rise. Let's come on up onto those hands and knees. Adjust the knees as you might need to. Find your way into a tabletop position. And then from here, let's find a thread the needle pose, sliding the right hand under as the right temple comes down to the floor. Give yourself this nice opportunity to twist, to ease open the space in that kind of upper back. Softly position the head. And let's just keep this first round of this thread the needle relatively basic. Take a nice full deep breath in here. And then let your breath come out. And then inhale, untwist, find your way back through to center. And then from your center point, let's take the left foot out to the side. So coming into gate pose, I'm just going to turn on my mat here. Okay, so as the left foot comes out to the side, rise and stand as much as possible straight up over the right knee. Then with the left hand traveling down the left leg without too much side pressure, again, lengthen the right side of your body, leaning up and over. Okay, so as you kind of balance on the right knee and work to laterally move, mind that the seat doesn't go back. And at the same time, watch that the low back doesn't collapse. Okay, keep the core nice and involved here to just promote this side body length. Take one more nice full breath. Let the neck, the gaze be wherever. Let the breath come out. Inhale, come back through to your central line. Take the hands to the mat. And again, return left knee to the floor. We're going to come back to that thread the needle pose. Right hand arm underneath. Except this time we have the option to shift and change. So option one, just stay where you are. Option two, take the left foot out towards where the right hand is. Sometimes binding feels nice here. Okay, this is a nice opportunity to introduce some space into the hamstring. Left hand can stay on the floor here. You can certainly move and twist a little bit if that feels nice. Maybe the left hand wants to come up and off the back, onto the back rather, off the mat. Or maybe the hand just wants to stay on the floor. Stay here for a couple more breaths. Again, that Ujjayi Pranayama, always an option to invoke the support and movement of your energy through real conscious action and engagement. All right, slowly return, left hand back down to the floor. Untwist, left knee to the mat. And then find your way through to tabletop position. Let's do just a simple cat and cow. Inhale, belly down, collarbones broad. Exhale, round. Press the floor away, tone through the navel. Again, inhale, belly down, collarbones broad. Exhale, round. Tone the navel, press the floor away, take the chin to the collarbones. This time, inhale, belly down, collarbones broad. And then exhale as you round, press the floor away, arch the spine. Stay here, take a full deep breath in this cat pose. Exhale, back to that child's pose, hips to heels, adjust the distance between the knees, and land your body in posture. Full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Now go ahead and lift up just ever so slightly. Shift the hips to the left, walk the hands towards the right. And here we are now at the start of our little flow sequence on the second side. It's that left side body that's finding an opportunity for some space. The right hand can find its placement for most proficient support, right? Put your right hand where it needs to be to help you land in the posture. Stay for 2 more breaths. And then from here, inhale, rise, come back through to that central line. And then with the tabletop position, knees even behind, underneath the hips, let's exhale, take now the left arm underneath. Okay, so sliding the left arm under, let's again, just be simple and basic in this first opportunity to find this expression in our body, right? There's an inversion, a dip, head below the heart, calming for the nervous system. There's a rotation and a twist. There's also, of course, some weight bearing on the head and neck. So just go easy into this kind of initiation of support for your body. Stay for 1 more nice full breath here. Let the breath come out. And then inhale, untwist, find your way back through to center, tabletop position, to now invite the right leg out towards the side. So mindful of your positioning and props around you. Rise and come to stand now on that left knee. With the right hand gently traveling down the right leg, stretch and reach the left arm up as you yawn over. Settle and soften. Mind that the seat doesn't drop back. It's not about how far you move to the side. Okay, and just practice staying really humble in your expression. Tone through the navel and as vertical, upright over that standing knee as possible, not so spread out, okay, and destabilizing your base. All right, last breath in here. Let the breath come out. Inhale, rise, come back up through, take the knee to the mat, back to that tabletop position. And then let's again find this cat and cow. Inhale, belly down, collarbones broad. Exhale, round it out. Feel free to adjust and tuck those toes if that feels nice. Inhale again, belly down, collarbones broad. Exhale, round it, press the floor away. 1 more time. Inhale, belly down, collarbones broad. Exhale, tuck the toes, round through the back. Find your way into this cat. Stay here, nice full deep breath. And then if it feels nice, keep the toes tucked under and reach the seat again to the heels. Child's pose option, really getting into the foundation here, stretching the soles of your feet. Nice even breath in. And your full breath out. 1 more here. Inhale. And your exhale. Inhale, let's go ahead and rise. Find your way up through to a tabletop position. And then let's exhale. Step the right foot through to the outside of the right hand. Okay, and then here's where your blocks can start to come in handy. Okay, you might find placing the blocks inside underneath the hands here, keeping the front foot nice and firm on the mat, big toe mound, inner heel. Settle and sink into the hips and practice keeping the collarbones nice and broad, face, jaw soft, and the heart space slightly open. Settle and sink into the hips, but try to avoid kind of collapsing into the hips. So there's a difference that we can articulate in our posture. One that feels really steady and stable, one that we could, potentially hold and linger in for a period of time, whereas the other cultivates fatigue and unnecessary strain on the body. And it's your opportunity as a practitioner to refine how you're held in each pose. Take a nice full deep breath here, and then let the breath come out. Okay, then let's cultivate just a little rocking. Inhale, shift the hips back slightly. Exhale, rebend into the knee. Do that again, shift the hips back slightly. Inhale. Exhale, rebend into the knee. Let's just stay here with the front knee bent. Let's relieve the back knee. Come off it for a second as you press through that back heel and lift off the floor. Take one more nice full breath. And then exhale, take the knee once again back down to the mat. Now let's adjust. Shift your block on the right to the outside of the right foot as the right foot comes to the midline. And then let's do that little bit of rocking again. Inhale, right leg extends as the hips rock back. Exhale, rebend to the knee. Again, inhale, hips rock back, right leg extends. Exhale, rebend to the knee. Now as that knee is bent, press through the big toe and the inner right heel. Keep that and inhale, lengthen the front leg, which might not be all the way. And then with that big toe mound of the right foot staying connected to the mat, exhale and ease yourself over. Ease open the hamstring here on this right side. Keep the collarbones broad, the head slightly lifted, okay, so that we haven't rounded and collapsed. And as you engage in affirming the position through the inner right big toe and inner right heel, that'll help support this kind of evenness of the whole back of that right side leg. All right, stay for one more nice full breath here. Let the breath come out. Inhale, rebend into that front knee, adjust. Let's shift those props out of the way, off to the sides. Come off the back knee, and then let's step back to a plank posture. Breathe in here, a little bit of core toning. Exhale, navel to spine. And then ease the knees to the mat, and then the navel, the body all the way down to the floor. Okay, point the toes, tent those wrists, couple bhujangasans. Inhale, little flow, little lift. Exhale, take it down. Now, as much as this is a back bend, let this be about supporting and just massaging front body. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, take it back down. Inhale one more time, just this sweet floating up and away. Exhale, take it back down. Position the hands by those ribs. Again, press yourself up through that tabletop position. And then back to that child's pose, hips to heels, settle and sink, fold yourself down. Full deep breath in here. Full deep breath out. One more nice full breath here. And your breath out. And let's inhale, rise, find your way up through again that tabletop position. And then now it's the left foot that comes through to the outside of the left hand. Again, the blocks can come in nice and handy here underneath. And even if you don't need the blocks, right, sometimes it's nice to offer ourselves a variation that help to create a sense of newness in the pose. It's having that opportunity to explore and experience postures as if for the first time. And a lunge position is a rather familiar posture for many practitioners, as it's often used as even in part of the warm-up. When we prop and invite just this different way of experiencing it, it can teach us, it can open our eyes to new perspectives and new insight. All right, stay for a couple more breaths here. This nice broadening at the collarbones, this easeful, steadily settling into the hips. Last breath in here. And let the breath come out. Let's offer our body that slight bit of rocking. Inhale, shift the hips back. Exhale, rebend into that front knee. Again, inhale, shift the hips back. Exhale, rebend into that front knee. Good. Stay with the front knee bent. Broaden the collarbones. Tuck the back toes. Lift off the back knee, offering some release in that right side. Full deep breath in. Full breath out. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale, back knee down to the ground. Let's go ahead and adjust. Block to the outside of your left foot. Left foot comes to the midline. And then again, let's offer that bit of rocking. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, rebend into that front knee. And I notice right away that my left side has more flexibility today than my right side did. An opportunity to engage in registering how the right side is working potentially more. As you inhale, lengthen through that left leg, ground the big toe mound of that front foot, and then if and when you're ready, let there be a sense of folding. So I know when I first began my yoga journey, I oftentimes really tried to match left to right and to create symmetry in the posture. And although, yes, there is an opportunity to cultivate that, we have to watch that the drive to make things symmetrical and quote unquote perfect, it doesn't impede the function in the body or challenge and discontent the mind. It's not about making things even. It's about honoring and accepting what is being revealed in the moment at hand. All right, stay for one more nice full breath here. Let the breath come out. And with your next inhalation, rebend into that front knee. Okay, as you sink and settle into the front knee, let's go ahead and again, shift off those blocks, come off the back knee, and then step it back, plank posture. Tone through the navel, full deep breath here. Full breath out. Again, take the knees to the mat. Exhale, ease yourself down to the floor. Tend to those wrists, separate the hands, Bhujangasana Cobra. Inhale, brighten it up. Exhale, take it down. A couple more. Inhale, brighten it up. In breath. Exhale, lowers you. One more time. Bhujangasana Cobra. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, take it back down. Reposition those hands, place them beside the ribs, press up through table, maybe up through plank, and then option, child's pose, or maybe a downward facing dog now feels appropriate and right. As you come into downward facing dog, if it feels nice to be static and held in the position, then do so. If it feels nice to create some ease and movement through those hamstrings, do that. Nice full deep breath, irregardless. Let the breath come out. One more here. Inhale. And then your exhale. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward in between the hands. Let's step that right foot through to the top of the mat. Take the back knee once again down to the ground. Let's find our way through a lunge. Come on up onto that front knee. Press the hands into that front thigh. Settle and sink. Okay, mindful that as you sink into the front knee, we haven't forced this back hip flexor too much and or collapse to the low back. Stay for one more nice full breath here. Let the breath come out. Good, and then from here, inhale, reach and extend, left arm to the sky, and then exhale, land left hand to the floor, inside that front foot, press the right hand, right thigh, and cultivate a nice simple twist. As you turn, let's keep the bottom shoulder out of the ear. Keep it moving onto your back like a little cobra. Settle and sink, soften. Take the throat, maybe even the head slightly back like a simple cobra. Full deep breath here. Let the breath come out. One more here, inhale. And your exhale. Okay, then inhale, untwist, bring the right hand down, come off the back knee, turn and ground the back foot for a warrior one. Rise, Virabhadrasana A, lift, come on up. And then let's exhale, just simply cactus those arms, drawing the navel in and up as the elbows soften down. Keep the hands soft, the heart open, jaw soft. Breathe. And out. Last one here in breath. Exhale, release, hands back down to the floor. This time step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift here. Exhale, fold, release over the legs. Head above the heart again, half lift in breath. Fold, release. Now lead with the crown, rise, come all the way up to stand. Sweep your arms maybe over your head, let the palms touch. And then exhale, bring your hands around behind, lace the finger, right thumb on top. Roll the shoulders back as you come into Yogi Mudra. And then as you exhale, soften the knees. And again, ease yourself down over the legs, just offering this little bit of space for the shoulders. Feel free to nod and release the head. And you can see here how much my knees are bent and the contact between my belly and my thighs, really supporting my low back and letting this kind of ease open the backs of the legs and the glutes. I'm pressing through the big toe mounds in both feet and the inner heel of both feet too, and then spreading the weight out evenly through the rest of the soles. Full deep breath in, full deep breath out. Inhale, soft knees, hands towards the floor, head above the heart. Exhale, fold, release over the thighs. Do that one more time, head above the heart, half lift. Exhale, step the left leg back. We'll stay on the toes this time for a high lunge. Rise, come on up in breath. This time as you exhale, hands through the heart center and two options. One, right hand, right thigh, left hand to the floor, similar to what you've already done. Or keep the hands in prayer and bring the elbow across that front thigh, finding a deeper twist. With the front knee lunging, broaden across the collarbones, soften the jaw. Steer the sternum towards where the thumbs are, but lean back. Full deep breath. And out. Last one here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, untwist, take the hands to the floor, step your way back, table or plank pose, pause. Full deep breath in. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Let's find those cobra flows again. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, back down. Of course, if you like, these can be up dogs and chaturangas. Inhale again, little lift. Take it back down. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Bringing up. Let it be whatever it needs to be. Exhale, release. Take it down. Hands by those ribs. Press up again. Table or plank. Child's pose. Downward facing dog option. Easing this beautiful stretch into the spine, irregardless of whether you're on your knees or your feet. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more here. Inhale. And your exhale. Inhale, lift gaze, look forward between the hands. Let's step now the left foot through to the top of the mat. And then let's take the back knee down to the ground. Rise and come on up into this lunge on this side. Hands press into the front thigh. And I do that for two reasons. One, because it helps me to generate more core power. And two, that core power helps me to position the pelvis in such a way that my belly muscles don't have to work so much and my low back lengthens. So that bit of pressure on the thigh helps certainly to cultivate an evenness in the lower torso. And then inhale, let's stretch the right arm up. Keep that length. Exhale, bring the hand to the floor. Press left hand into that left thigh and initiate the twist. Keep the bottom shoulder moving on to the back. Okay, feel free to keep the gaze down if that's better for you. Feel free to turn it up to the sky, articulating through the neck. Keep that front big toe and the front knee aligned with each other as you ever so gently, with every exhale, turn into that. Stay for one more breath here. Let the breath come out. Okay, then inhale, untwist, take the hand down to the floor. And again, from here, come off back knee, turn and ground that back foot. Rise for your warrior one, Virabhadrasana A, lift. And then as you exhale, pull down, cactus arms. As you pull down, descend and drop the shoulders. But again, envision that bit of pressure on the front thigh, tone the navel back. Really affirm that position of your back foot. Plant the foot to the floor to avoid collapse at the knee. Full deep breath. Let the breath come out. Inhale, hands to the mat. Step forward as you exhale, fold release over the legs. Head above the heart, half lift. Fold it, exhale. One more time, head above the heart, half lift. Fold it, exhale. Lead with the crown, come on up, send those arms. Exhale, take the hands again around behind. This time it's the left thumb on top. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest. And then exhale, fold over the legs. Yogi Mudra again. Full deep breath here. And out. Again, inhale. Exhale, press through those inner big toe, inner heel lines. Last breath in. Let the breath come out. Inhale, soft knees, hands to the floor, head above the heart. Exhale, fold, release this. Again, head above the heart, half lift. Exhale, step now the right leg back, finding Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge, second side, lift, rise. Breathe in. Exhale, hands through Anjali Mudra. Again, two options, right hand floor, left hand thigh, or keep your hands in prayer and twist in your lunge. Front shin moves forward, sternum turns to the thumbs, shoulders move onto the back, gaze down to the side or up. Breathe. Be in that posture that creates steadiness for you, even though it's an intense pose. Two last breaths here. Spread your energy evenly all over the body. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, untwist, take the hands to the mat, step it back, table or plank pose again, just pause, inhale. Tone navel, exhale. Last time here, breathe in. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Cobra flows or up dog chaturanga, breathe in. Exhale. Again, in breath. Exhale. Last one here, in breath, float it up. Exhale, take it down. Take your hands by those ribs, press yourself up, and then let's again find our way back to child's pose. Hips to heels, forehead, nose to the mat. Breathe. Then as you're ready, allow your next inhalation to take you back up to your hands and knees. And then let's make our way down to our back. You can keep your blocks out of the way, but here's where your strap might come in handy. So when you come down onto the floor, let's just land with the knees bent, spine nice and neutral, and just check in. How does this feel? How is your back finding its way in alignment? What do you notice as far as the contact points, the natural curves in the spine, and perhaps even the influence and effect of your practice thus far? Find and follow the breath, watching things just smooth out as we prepare for our closing sequence and final rest. Stay for one more nice full breath here. And out. And then keeping that left knee and foot where it is, let's go ahead and pick the right one up and draw the knee into the chest. As you draw the knee into the chest, let's pay particular attention to how and when the low back wants to press more into the floor. Keep the shoulders soft, the back of the neck nice and long. Full even breath here with your exhale. Let's go ahead and lengthen the left leg, sliding the heel forward and ultimately down into the mat. Soften the shoulders. Breathe into this nice simple compression on the right side and this bit of space on the left. Last breath in here. And let the breath come out. And then let's find our way into a reclined twist. Hold the knee with the left hand. Roll to the outside of the left hip as the right knee draws across the body. Land the right foot, inner left thigh, maybe to the floor on the left side of your mat. You might even have to scooch your left hip under. Highly technical move and term there. Or of course you can keep that right foot floating. Okay, and regardless, land your hips, land your legs. Then take pause and notice your breath. As you exhale, use that as a means to not just move the breath out, but to stabilize and to, in a way, stretch those low back muscles. And then if it feels right, let the next exhalation offer a deeper rotation through the thoracic body. Maybe even stretching right arm off to the side, maybe even turning your chin to the right shoulder. Breathe. And let's stay here for one more nice full breath. And out. And then inhale, slowly return. Find your way onto your back again. And then let's bend that left knee, sole of the foot to the floor, shift the hips as you need to, and then cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh. So kind of a reclined pigeon or reclined thread the needle pose. Okay, now mind how much you're forcing and pushing the knee. Let this be about externally rotating your right side hip. Keep the pelvis as even as you know in your body. And then either stay here or pick the left foot up. Now, as the left foot comes up, there's a natural curve that's going to happen where the low back pushes to the floor and then sometimes the chin juts. And that's okay, especially if this feels all right. So soften to the alignment principle. However, can you allow the spine to come back to neutral? Meaning, let the low back reinstate a little lift in the lumbar curve. How about settling the throat and the shoulders back to the floor, irregardless if the hands are here supporting you or not? Breathe and be soft as you invite the release across that right side seat, down into the hamstring, and support for the back. Last breath in here. Let the breath come out. And then from here, let's find half happy baby pose. So one or both hands are going to hold the right foot, ankle, the big toe as the left foot comes back to the floor. And then the right heel, right knee travel in this perpendicular line down beside the right side ribs. Okay, soften the shoulders. Again, pay attention to the positioning across the pelvis and the low back. And then maybe extend that left side leg again. Breathe into this inverted lunge position, which we've already practiced. Although again, because our relationship to gravity is now changed, it's different, the orientation is different, the perspective and the insight will be different too. All right, stay for one more breath here in this half happy baby. Let the breath come out. And then let's either use the strap or both hands now on that right foot rather. So I'm going to find my strap, bring it up and around the sole of my right foot, and then slowly slide the right leg towards long as the strap is now held in both hands. And I'm going to smile and honor the resistance that my right side hamstring and glute are sharing with me. Again, obvious, good reason. My job is to help support, not force or push, but to gently support and to hold space for patience in this healing journey. And now from here, let's go ahead and hold the foot or both ends of the strap in just the left hand. And we're going to find that last twist again. So you're going to roll onto the outer edge of your left hip. Again, maybe there's a scooching under that has to happen as you can see my left hand slid through the strap, inviting the left leg over to the side. And then again, that nice exhalation is going to help to support an evenness in the lower portion of my spine. And then maybe offer that nice simple rotation across the torso. Feel free to outstretch the right arm, to turn the chin to the right, to just simply pause and breathe. Stay for one more breath here. And the breath out. And then soften that right knee as, once again, come onto our back. Let go of the strap. It can just drop on the side by the left. And as you find your way back to the middle, take both knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug, maybe a simple rock back and forth from side to side, or a couple of circles in one direction. And then perhaps a couple of circles in the other direction. And then as that feels right, allow the sole of the right foot to come to the floor and the left knee to continue to stay drawn in and onto the body. Soften the shoulders, gently compress across the abdomen. Breathe. Go ahead and extend now the right leg long on the mat, pressing the heel forward but also down. Soften the jaw. And then from here, let's find our spine twist. Roll to the outside edge of the right foot as you hold the left knee with the right hand. Scooch that right hip under. Left foot on the right inner thigh to the floor or hover it. And use that right hand to support but not force the left knee crossing. Let your exhalation really help you stabilize across that low back region. And then if and when it supports you, you can let the shoulders, the ribs return to the mat, maybe outstretching that left arm to the side and turning the chin. Breathe.
Stay for one more breath here. And then inhale back through to center. Slowly return onto your back. Rebend the right knee, sole of the foot to the floor, shift the hips as you need to, and then cross left ankle on top of right thigh. Again, offer yourself this rotation for the hip without pressing and forcing the knee. Either stay with the right foot on the floor or pick the right foot up, and again, acknowledge, how does the body move? How does the sit bones turn up? How does the chin jut to the sky? As you find yourself in your posture, can you explore settling the spine back into a relatively neutral expression, with or without the use of your hands and arms, supporting the opening through the legs and the seat? Soften the jaw and breathe. And let's stay here for one more nice full breath. And then as you're ready, it's half happy baby now with the left. And as the right foot lands to the floor, one or both hands are going to support the foot, hold the ankle, hold the knee, shin. Let that left ankle, knee stay perpendicular to the floor as they slowly travel to the mat. And then extend and reach right leg long if you haven't already, easing open the hamstring and the hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, inhale. And exhale. And then again here with either the hands both on that left foot, or find your strap. Place it up and around the sole of the left foot. And then with the strap in both hands, start to unfold that left leg. An opportunity here to be humble to what you might uncover and reveal in that left side leg. And again, soften the shoulder. Full deep breath. Full breath out. Last one here, inhale. And exhale. And then from here, let's transfer the strap, or of course, hold the foot with just the right hand, and then find this reclined twist one more time. Scooch that right side hip under, mindful of the space, the props around you, and ease that leg over. Feel free to turn the chest back towards the ceiling, to outstretch the left hand, to turn the chin. Or not, knowing you have permission to do either of those. Stay for 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then again, as you're ready, return yourself to neutral, softening your exit strategy to once again bend those knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Again, that simple rock back and forth. Circles in one direction, a couple circles in the other direction. And then as that feels suffice, once again, return the soles of your feet to the floor. And then here's where possibly those blocks might come in handy. We'll take the soles of the feet together and come into reclined butterfly. And you may find that your hips want to just find that gravitational pull. Okay? Or maybe just placing the blocks delicately on the outsides of those legs, even if the knees hang and suspend with comfort, to just simply offer a different perspective and a new approach to supporting your body. Those hands and arms can rest on maybe the belly or return to the floor, landing ever so gently beside you. Soften the jaw and breathe. Let's stay for 2 more breaths. And then you can just keep those blocks where they are as you help and guide the knees back towards the center. Soles of the feet, knees hip distance apart. And then just to cultivate a release off the back, press through the feet, peel the seat and the spine away from the floor as you lift up into this passive variation of half bridge. Full deep breath here. Full breath out. One more nice even breath. And then as you're ready, spine and seat ease themselves back onto the mat. And then possibly those blocks slide into position behind the hamstrings as you settle yourself in for final relaxation pose, Shavasana. As you lay yourself down with a true sense of delicateness. To just ease the body into rest, propped in such a way that rest is possible. And as the body lands comfortably, turn your mind to the breath. Watch its fullness come into the body before it slowly recedes and falls out again. Repeating that cycle over and over and over again. With every breath is a reminder of the gift that is this human experience. Gift, even though, yes, some days feel more burdened than others. When our body aches due to injury or any external influence that affects the healthy flow and function of this vehicle that is our life journey vessel. It's by way of yoga asana, by way of this movement and meditation that we build and grow our awareness. And it's through awareness that we become more attuned and adept at moving and supporting this energy, the energy system, at acknowledging the experiences, the places, the people, the food that affect our mood, our thinking, and our ability to flow. And it's here as we rest in final relaxation pose that we both acknowledge the shift, the change, the only constancy in life. And we get to know ourselves here in this changed state, so that where we move from here is moved with purpose, with intention, rooted in our health and our well-being. And this is something we must learn to do for ourselves first. For without this healthy, able body and mind, without the stability of our mood and hormones, without adequate rest and nutrition, how can we then support someone else? Taking time to be on your mat is taking time to fill your cup. And when your cup is full, only then can you fill others. Please take your time and stay here in final rest for as long as you need. And may you be well. Namaste.